Civilization Beyond Earth feels like an incredible opportunity wasted. Instead of offering us something new, evolving the Civ franchise, and really taking advantage of the new sci-fi setting as Alpha Centauri did, it decides to play it safe with what ends up feeling like a professionally done total conversion mod. A reskin of the basic Civilization 5 with some small tweaks here and there. Some good, and others surprisingly short-sighted for a game this late in the franchise. It would be an amazing achievement as a TC for a couple mega fans, but it feels lazy coming from Firaxis themselves. And don't get me wrong, the game is still fun, and it's clear they took a if it's not broke, don't fix it approach. I had a lot of fun playing it, and the just one more turn mentality, that kept me up till like 8 or 9 in the morning of the next day.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Oh, fucking attack him. You fucking attack him. Fuck you, you fucking fuck. Fuck you. Just one more turn. I'll fucking kill you in just one more turn.
Oh! But that remains because it's so similar to Civ 5. I just wish more had been done to evolve and improve the franchise. So let's see how it compares. Players start by deciding between 8 sponsors, the game's unique factions, which appear to be a collection of countries and corporations from various future nations here on Earth, each giving their own benefits, but some feel far superior, like the Asian work speed or the Indian double tile growth over the weak covert operation bonuses that the Americans get. It sucks. I should mention that these factions also end up being bland, without any character of their own. They talk even less than before, sometimes just waving you off mutely if they don't like what you said. Instead of the threats and call to actions they used to say. They certainly don't have the life that Civ 5's well-known historical figures have.
Thank God.
People of the United States of America welcome you.
You have no idea the day I've had. All the countries are treating me like jerks, but you guys are really nice. Whew. Okay, let's discuss something.
I'm listening.
Oh, perfect. You're listening. That's great. Okay, I tell you what. Let's go ahead and trade, man. I've had the worst time. Okay, you know what? You've been real nice to me, man. I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna give you a resource. You don't even have to give me anything.
Of course not.
What? That's it! You're all fucking dead!
Very well.
And even worse, their personalities are all exactly the same. Where's my warmongering Gandhi?
मुझे अभी सूचना मिली है कि हमारे बहुत अधिक सिपाही आपकी सीमा में घुस गए हैं।
आपकी सीमा में घुस गए हैं।
You won't find him here, as each faction's personality is mostly the same and dictated by what affinity they are researching the most.
Don't follow me here! Don't you see this flag? This is for America! You don't come over here, Frenchies! This is America! I will declare war on you!
The visual changes to their character models are nice, but not enough to keep them interesting. You also can't really customize as detailed as before. For example, there's no way to put in 3 AI in the game, only even numbers. Why? Thankfully, you do get to customize your chosen faction a bit further through these new launch prep choices. For the most part, I go with bonuses to health, retrograde thrusters for maximum starting position, and a free worker. And for the most part, that fits, as this is a new planet meant to make more room for humanity, as Earth is becoming overpopulated and exhausted from what you could gather from the story, which is essentially a beautifully done intro cutscene and nothing else, which is a huge complaint I have for Civilization games. They need to have more story. And it's definitely very thematic to start your own colony, seeing it land on this foreign planet for the first time. It's exciting.
Coming in for a landing. Mission control, mission control. We have landed. Chat, help me name my city. Sierra, that's an unacceptable name.
Immediately seeing a beautiful alien terrascape with unique tiles and strategic resources players have never seen before. Early units all having crude NASA-type spacesuits. It's got this nice feeling of discovery. And there's also this thing called miasma, which is new. It's essentially harmful alien gas that hurts units if they stay in it for too long. Later in the game, you could start to clear this gas or embrace it and utilize it yourself. Now, the best path to success is to nurse your colony's growth with food, production, energy, working your tiles around your base with new buildings, quickly establishing trade routes with neutral outposts that appear if you want to succeed.
Okay, Church of Light. We can get 1 food per turn and 3 culture per turn. Or we could start trading with those Africans for energy and science. No. We made a promise to the Church of Light to buy their cookies. Let's follow through on our promise. We're bringing 2 trucks with us.
Your explorers will reveal the map and find resource pods and artifacts and that they could set up new expeditions for and get great bonuses as you grow. You'll also want to pump up your culture as fast as it will go, as the virtue bonuses that they give, essentially social policies from Civ 5, can give you that edge you need over other of the factions. As with previous Civilization games, you'll be dealing with the indigenous life forms that came before. Thankfully, aliens are far better and more interesting to deal with than the barbarians.
Bravo team is surrounded by alien life forms. Hopefully they won't become aggressive, but we are close to their nest. I don't know. Oh my god! Yes, when you get close to their nest, they're hostile!
You're attacked on all sides, chat! Fall back! I repeat, fall back! Get out of there! Get out of there, chat! You're surrounded! It's Clan Starship Troopers all over again! No! Chat! Fuck!
It's an ugly planet! A bug planet! A planet hostile to life!
At first, they're docile, only attacking trade convoys that come their way, but venture too close to their nests and they will fiercely defend them.
Control.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck! It's the build-up! The aliens have started the war! Angry army, hold fast! Hold your positions! Holy shit! Last remaining soldier!
Look at all of them, Jesus
They've
Christ.
started the war! I didn't expect them to start the war!
Left unchecked, alien armies can grow massive, which will soon force you to kick off your first alien bug war. This is where I had the most fun in the game, as they smartly defend their nests from capture. And at any point, this massive siege worms a la Dune can show up to wreak havoc.
Not doing too well. My growth is stunted.
Oh shit!
Delrith's
Cthulhu plow!
siege worms
God.
are assaulting his base. His troops cannot stay alive. Survival rate in Delrith's battalions is about 0%. He's got all of his troops are fucking dead, basically.
And yes, in late game, you are able to then wield these aliens against your enemies, even the sandworm. Unfortunately, that is only through covert operations, which have their own issues. The early game, though, is superb here in Beyond Earth. It's just the mid and late game that suffer. Now, the game has a slower pace than ever before. The reason being is that damn health stat. It's just happiness from Civ 5, but it grows so slowly. You must stay in the green, and it's a lot harder to rapidly expand as that number plummets to insane levels, making any choice to go with health above most everything else a permanent one. You'll have fewer colonies and will be unable to expand quite as fast as the AI, especially at higher difficulty levels.
Yes, 7 cities. You and me combined have 6.
I have 4 now, you have 3, so we have 7 combined.
Where the AI clearly does not become smarter, it just cheats, with higher stats and fewer penalty modifiers to health and the rest of it. Beyond Earth tries to add some freshness with unique quest pop-ups, as many other 4X games have done very successfully recently, like my previously reviewed King Arthur 2 or the brand new Endless Legend. But whereas other games have dynamic quests that can be different every time you play, Firaxis bafflingly chose to tie them to buildings, and the ones you build every time. What happens is that every game you get spammed by the same meaningless decisions that have one obvious choice of 2 every single game.
Alright, let's see here. Speed or food? Well, food. I just did that last game too. It's the same every time. What the hell? And this is a no-brainer. A lot of these quest decisions make me upset because they're no-brainers.
Sidmir prides himself on interesting choices. Unfortunately, this is not achieved through the current quest system. It seems like I'm giving the game a hard time. It's because I love this franchise. It's tough love. And what are we now on the 6th game in the franchise, not including expansions? We should expect more by now. Firaxis needs to be a leader, and here it feels more like a low-effort cash-in on the current Civilization player base. And that's not saying there aren't some cool new additions. For example, one cool new addition is the affinity system.
Oh my god. Another city. A level 11. And he's got some new unique supremacy units. Look like they're from Destiny. Some Destiny soldiers.
Damn him!
The units look really cool, and they motivate you to try the different affinities every game.
You are so screwed. Yeah, persist much. War. Get him, my kaiju minions. Yes, haha, invade his territories. Destroy his cities. You cannot stop my kaijus. Raze it to the ground.
There's also a new orbital layer where you'll be able to launch satellites that can do various things like clear that miasma gas, boost your resources, or your army stats in the field, which is thematic.
Ready? Ready, mission control. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. I didn't see it go up. There it is. I didn't see that little rocket go up. Usually you see the rocket go up.
There's even a laser beam satellite. Unfortunately, it's mostly defensive.
Yes, finally I've got it. Alright. Let's see. This should be pretty cool. What the hell? That was it?
But there does seem to be a lack of mass destruction weapons. The game lacks that nuclear weapon or the big, destruction weapon that helped break stalemates in previous Civ games.
Holy shit, look at all that nuclear fallout. That is bad stuff. Look at this massive destruction.
Instead, some of the more powerful attacks, so to speak, are the dirty bomb or that worm attack. But these come so late in the game through the mostly broken intrigue levels in the cities, through your covert operations, you will never really ever get to use these when they'd be useful. In fact, I was never able to get a city's intrigue level above 3 or 4. You need 5 for those. I think the intrigue is broken. And covert operations right now are essentially spies that can infiltrate cities, and they do a well enough job of siphoning off resources or even a free tech here and there, but it's difficult to get those intrigue levels to get the cool shit. And worse, this is all done through a boring, crappy UI. There is no representation or visual representation of the spy unit in the game, which would have been cool, seeing as there's no longer rock band units or artist units like musicians or any of the cool culture stuff that was in previous Civilization.
Rock and roll, baby, from Beethoven. That's right, attacking the enemy with rock and roll and heavy metal music. By expending that unit, we got 1,000-something culture or offensive tourism against the enemy.
Technology in Beyond Earth uses a web instead of a tree, and it's daunting, confusing, and messy at first. You'll be hard-pressed trying to figure out what you should be choosing. And there's no scientist to tell you what you need.
May I speak, sir? Our production of knowledge is the lowest in the world, sir. We are at absolute zero. While the men of learning play with their quill pens, sire, the city's defenses remain as thin as parchment! Build city walls! But science production rates show an alarming decrease. I must insist. Do not listen to this bean counter, sire. Why build what you can take? To war! Science! War! Science! War! Science! Science!
I mean, couldn't they at least color code it? It's difficult to see the differences between units, buildings, and wonders at a glance. You'll have to study the thing like you're studying for a test. Each tech branch has leaves under it, which allow you to further specialize with unique buildings, wonders, and units. I did appreciate that there seemed to be less prerequisites, allowing you to jump back and forth within that web more often. It takes some getting used to, and some memorization, but overall, I think it's a good change, and I do like the tech web more than I like the tech trees of past. But you see, it's that type of lack of polish to the UI or the foresight of the game's little things. For example, trade routes. They become absolutely unmanageable late game in huge games. Previously, you only had a set number of, trade routes for Civilization. Here, you can have up to 3 per city, and you have to manually assign every single one. Imagine that times 6 or 8 cities, or if you're in a huge game like 20 cities, soon you'll have like 18 pop-ups of trade routes demanding that you reassign them every fucking turn. No attempt was even made to automate or improve the trade route system to handle that. I'm not sure if this is better than before. It seems no thought was put into it other than just add more trade routes to the game without thinking about how it would play out late game. Now, there's still a domination victory, and that's the most clear way to win the game. This game does feel more military focused.
Domination victory!
Oh, shit!
Yeah!
In the annals of history, the great mistake.
It is only now, many years later, and halfway across the universe, that we see
The one
There
truth.
is only one path to peace.
There is only war.
Alone.
I love that. Just one more turn.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, you can continue playing Domination Victory. Oh man, that's fucking great.
You can still win through economic and textile quest lines that you have to fulfill objectives one at a time till the end, but they aren't very interesting and they aren't up to par with the cultural victories of the past. So I just stick mostly with the domination victories, taking over the capitals of your enemies. And that's on ultra hard to even get a challenge. The AI we found was awful at conducting war and counterattacks. The entire time I played, I was never attacked, even when I was ripe for the taking. Only when there was no more room for the expansion for the AI does that switch click in the AI's head and they decide to go to war with you. And usually that's late game and only after they get to 8 or 9 affinity level or 10. Never before that point. I've never seen it. 6 games. But if you do get to that point, it will send massive armies to destroy you, and it's a challenge and it's fun. But at lower difficulties, the AI is a pushover. Way too passive to have fun in the early and mid game. They're complete pushover. They can't even defend their own cities competently, so make sure to put it on ultra hard or impossible Soyuz or Apollo. Now you can skip some of this if you stick to the PvP multiplayer, but as well as with every Civ release, there's been some crashing issues there too. Make sure that if you don't have a DLC, that you play with others that don't have it or that disable it, otherwise immediate crash. At least they have the combat animations and movement here from where, from the start, where it was missing in the previous Civilization games. It's fun to watch the animations together. Mods are there and they can be loaded directly from in the game. I love it. It's great to see them continue to support this community. Hopefully mods will fix some of the annoyances that I've mentioned and shore up some of the missing things that Firaxis changed or forgot about.
Guys, I can barely see anything with my helmet on, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to breathe the atmosphere. Oh God, I hope this doesn't kill me. My eyes just exploded. Alright.
The final verdict for Civilization Beyond Earth is a 6 out of 10. Slightly above average due to its production values and strong solid core that pretty much borrows everything from Civ 5. It's fun, it's addicting, but it's also disappointing with a lot of missed opportunities. I'd highly recommend you go out and support Firaxis. Buy Brave New World. It's cheaper, it's more complete, it has a lot more personality, there's good DLC. Only after you play the hell out of that one should you consider suiting up in a spacesuit for this mostly same adventure. 2K needs to be careful not to feel like they are milking their fans of Civilization. They certainly don't want to do or end up with the same Total War Rome 2 on their hands that Creative Assembly had, which I hear has gotten better, which is what I'm most certain will happen here with Beyond Earth. With patches and expansions, Firaxis can make this game what it needs to be. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.